Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to offer you an Akashic Records guidance, and really it's going to be like an energetic guidance and forecast for this upcoming month, which is December. And if you have found this reading, it can also apply to you as a timeless reading. Now, my name is Anika Ray. If you are new to my channel, I specialize in reading and teaching the Akashic Records. I've been doing that since 2012, and I really am in love with this work. I really love it. I'm passionate about sharing it. And if you're not familiar with the Akashic Records, they are this infinite, gigantic library of the soul. They contain an energetic or vibrational records of every soul in their journey, and therefore really all creation, past, present, and future. Now, I'm not going to go into depth explaining about the Akashic Records and what they are. I will leave, however, the links in the description where you can find more info on the records itself, because this point of this video is the guidance and really something that can help you apply it. And if you're a spiritual seeker and light worker and really on a spiritual path, this may really resonate with you. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and share it, because we never know who else might actually need this information. Now, generally, what I do is I open my own Akashic Records, and that is the reason for, really just having the access to the records. I don't tap into the collective records because that's not something I do, although I have a Facebook group, and I'll leave the link as well in the description for you. But in my own records, you are connected to me in consciousness if you're drawn to this video, and this guidance may really apply to you. So the first thing that I'm seeing in the records is how much a lot of us maybe feel slightly drained, or I'm not going to use the word disappointed, but it's like we're putting a lot of work and maybe you're not getting a lot back at this moment, or you're disappointed as to how far you have gone in your journey, in your life. Maybe you're reassessing or reevaluating because it is the end of the year. But what's really coming through the records is that even in that effort, right, everything that you put in, there is a deeper lesson. And the lesson can be really about getting to know yourself and being really more present and conscious with yourself and with the direction in your life. Or really, I guess the proper thing to say is it didn't go to waste. You really did put a lot of effort because it was a good idea, and because for a lot of you, it is something that you really love, appreciate, and because on a human level, you don't see the return there, that doesn't mean that there is not this energetic currency that has accumulated, and to really pay attention to where the energy is pointing you next, and to allow yourself to kind of slow down, take a deep breath, and know that the energy will point you into the right direction, and that it's meant to really transform you. This entire process of whatever you've been investing for a lot of you, it's just different things. Just know that it's meant to transform you, opposed to just create evidence and results. That doesn't mean that results won't be there. It means that you are through this process transforming. For a lot of you, this transformation also transforms other areas in your life. And it brings a deeper sense or meaning into your life. I really see this being a deeper transformation spiritually as well, where you are starting to really notice how certain things for you in a spiritual way are really resonating, and certain things that you have maybe invested a lot of time into are starting to integrate into your life and into who you are as a being. They're giving me an example. If you have been investing a lot in, manifesting, law of attraction, meditation, and you have not noticed the return or the exact manifestation, however, notice the transformation that occurred within you, because that's that energetic currency, and it's going to point you in the right direction. Also, another thing in this, sort of forecast is the relationships and the relationship to self and others. So this could be a big topic also for the next year as we're going to that. It is transformation when it comes to relationships. For a lot of you, it's transformation within the relationship, and I mean your own transformation within relationships, as well as transformation with relationship to yourself. So there's something really prompting you to look or examine the relationships that you have in your life. And again, maybe you have been investing a lot, and investing maybe in people that you're not seeing the same reciprocity, or you're investing into ways to meet people, connect with people, or there needs to be sort of like this transformation in the approach to these people in your life, as well as to people, how you're really searching for your own community or people, because you're using a lot of times, right? It's like you're maybe pushing in a direction where the energy is not. Again, a lot of this thing is about following the energy. So one thing that the records are bringing up is when it comes to these relationships, really, again, discern and contemplate, reflect on, how you are in these relationships. I mean, are you feeling safe, happy, secure, or are you feeling, drained, kind of like you're pushing the relationship and you're really not getting anything back? Not to say that we do expect things back, but maybe you want more reciprocal relationships. There is a big transformation around that. And it really is starting to pivot into, right, without forecasting anything, into the next year. Relationships become a very big subject because there is this need to draw to yourself people that truly inspire you, that are really meant to support you like you've not been supported before. Maybe you are that person that likes to support and heal and nurture, and that depletes you in a relationship. So the records are really saying, if this is a relationship you want to maintain, you need to re-examine boundaries. If these are relationships, if you're trying to draw new ones towards yourself, set a criteria or values that really inspire your own healing and your own, values and things that you actually want to see in relationships. Because a lot of times we want relationships because we are social beings. And so we would kind of overstep our boundaries. And maybe you are that friend that always calls. And as I mentioned, you're nurturing your own family. And there's this imbalance that I'm seeing in the records that's showing up for a lot of us. And there's a need to examine these boundaries and draw to yourself like a new environment. And this could mean, even for a lot of you, again, not to be predictive, but a possibility of starting anew, and basically moving or creating new communities around you. There's something about people that you have right now, and what the image they're showing me is like their backs are turned, not because they don't want a relationship with you, because they have a lot going on And they're not really thinking along the lines of how do I nurture relationships that I have, because they're too busy really trying to take care of themselves. Meanwhile, maybe at this point in your life, you do want significant relationships. And maybe that is something that, kind of transpires not just in romantic relationships, but that's what you're seeking when it comes to friendships. And you maybe feel like you don't want to be depleting yourself around people that really don't have the capacity to build a relationship with you as far as friendship, or you're not getting enough. And so this is one of the big topics as well, which the records are saying we'll kind of get back to that, right? Because there's something within you as well that you need to heal. And it also really is about inner child, which will allow you to draw to yourself people that are able to be reciprocal and they really want to be there for you and want to have that balanced relationship. And for a lot of you, this has been happening since childhood, and that's why they're probably mentioning that inner child. The third thing is, as we're getting closer in a linear sense, right, as humans to the end of the year, there's this calling for you to set intentions. If you're intentional for next year, right, we're all excited, the year is ending, the new year is beginning. But there's something the records is bringing up, that the energy and the vibration, it's almost more important than the intention itself. Not to say the intentions are not important, but there is this vibrational quality. So they're really calling you to think of qualities that you want to imprint upon in the next year. Is this, and when I say qualities, this could be emotions, right? Or just like the quality that the emotion really communicates. So, in other words, joy, right? We probably all want joy, but if you're really trying to embody that, to really work with this embodiment of the vibration. And when I say embodiment, what I mean is really not forcefully, but really thinking and meditating on joy. If this is, right, the energy you want to embody for next year, or let's say it is healing or peace, right? And it doesn't have to be one particular quality or, right, emotion that you're trying to really embody. You can play with this in a way that serves you, but it really is more, what we're shifting more is not just projecting, but the being, the embodiment of the vibration, and, which is really that emotion. It helps with the intentionality and the manifesting, because what you're doing is you really are being, you're radiating that vibration, and it really brings what resonates with that. Now, as again, as I'm saying, this can be one of the steps in your manifesting, besides what you're really trying to manifest, what the intentions are for next year. You start to embody these qualities, right? If I had this job, what quality, what would I have more in my life? You can even start there, right? Would I have more happiness, peace, healing, joy, right? And you start to embody these emotions and qualities and radiate that into the world, which allows all that you're meant to really attract to get there to not be repulsed, but to be attracted to you. It is a law of coherence. It is essentially law of attraction, but they're calling in the records law of coherence. And one of the things they want to leave you with is that inherent goodness that you carry within yourself, that on a soul level, we are all really carry that inherent goodness. We carry the light. And the more you recognize that there is light, there's grace, there is that inner presence of the divine within you. Now, for a lot of you, there's a different way to really connect to the divine. there is a way of, right, contemplation, meditation, but just the recognition, right, that connection. If you can really connect to your heart, which is where the symbolism of the divine is in a lot of cultures, in a lot of ancient cultures, really placing, right, your hand on the heart and feeling, right, the presence, or imagining the presence of light within you. That, again, this is a journey, that you're not in a rush, that there is timing for everything, and that you are called in this lifetime, if you don't recognize it, is to find that inner light within you, to recognize it, to allow it to guide you, whether you see it as intuition, your higher self, the angelic presence. It's all coherent, and that harmonic resonance within your heart space. So the more you can connect to your heart, the more you could call upon that light, the more you can recognize it, the more the divine within you awakens, and you realize the potential of your own self, and that this is an opportunity through your human journey, through everything you're finding out, even this video, is to truly step into that space where you are an empowered, awakened, aligned human being, really resonating on the frequency of the divine. And they really want to leave you with that. They're showing me a big heart, so a lot of love and light from the Akashic Records. I'm going to leave it there. These are some of the guidance and messages. You can take it as a forecast, as an energetic thing. Just know the records are not predictive, but they're more empowering. Listen to these messages. Take what resonates. Really listen to it on a heart level, as on a soul level, as well as on a human level. And I hope that this was helpful to you. If it has, please, again, like, subscribe, and share. And also, if you are drawn to learning about the Akashic Records, I do teach online, and I have a very active community, so you can check that out. I'll leave the links in the description. If you are interested in getting soul level guidance for your life, for your path, to really align with this upcoming year, you can contact me. The links will be also in the description, as I offer Akashic Records readings. Now you can expect more guidance and messages that are shorter for the weekly guidance that will come out the following week. But just wishing you all the best and love and light for this month and ongoing soul journey. Bye now.